And welcome everybody to tonight's broadcast of Hartley-Melvin Sanborn Baseball, where Hartley-Melvin Sanborn will be facing the Mustangs of George Little Rock. You may have noticed that this broadcast came up quite suddenly. The original schedule actually had HMS and George Little Rock baseball and softball facing off on July 1st. However, some schedule changes that came up pretty much last minute have changed the away game to now be July 1st and the home games for both baseball and softball to be standalone games. Tonight being the baseball portion of the home series between these two schools, as softball will face off against George Little Rock at home on June 18th. For those of you who haven't been following HMS and George Little Rock baseball for the entirety of this year, both schools struggling heavy, as George Little Rock sits at 1-5 overall and 1-4 in War Eagle Conference play, while ranked 85th in Class 1A. HMS on the other side of the matchup, 1-9, 0-4 in War Eagle Conference play. They're 103rd in Class 1A. So both schools with only one singular win, and actually both schools having won a game pretty early on in the season. HMS won their game against GTRA, and I don't remember who George Little Rock beat, but it was earlier on in the season. So both schools on a little bit of a losing skid. I'm going to get you the lineups for both schools before tonight's festivities get underway. We'll start with the visiting Mustangs of George Little Rock. Batting first, number 4, Micah Jumbeck. He's playing shortstop. Batting second, number 6, Kyle DeLue. He's the catcher. Batting third, number 17, Colin DeLue. He is playing first. Batting fourth, number 7, the right fielder, Spencer Sprock. Batting fifth, number 13, Jack Kroll. He's at third base. On the mound is number 3, Cash Sunbolt, and he is batting 6th. Batting 7th, number 14, left fielder Charlie Hamilton. Batting 8th, number 16, the center fielder Wyatt Minter. And batting 9th, number 10, the designated hitter John Sandbeck. And you may have noticed that second base does not have anyone in the batting order. That is because second base is being designated hit for by John Sandbeck. The second baseman for George Little Rock is Matt Everhart. For HMS, is lined up very similar to what we saw on Wednesday. With taking a look at, I don't see any changes bar one. So we'll go down the list, and it will be, as I said, very similar to what was put out on Wednesday night against Hinton. Batting leadoff, number 99, the right fielder, Blake Mendering. Batting second, number 16, the pitcher, Jack Mastbergen. Batting third, number 18, the third baseman, Dominic Tripp. That is the lone change, as Dominic Tripp takes the place of Hunter Daggett, who was in that spot on Wednesday. Batting fourth, number 4, Jacob Cates. He's the catcher. Batting fifth, number 23, the shortstop, Lawton Skipoff. Batting sixth, number 22, the second baseman, Grant Koonsman. Batting seventh, number 11, the first baseman, Ricky Smith. Batting eighth, number 12, Brody Mendring. He is the designated hitter, and he is DHing in the place of Talon Ziering. So Talon Ziering in the field, but not in the batting order. And batting ninth, number 1, left fielder, Aiden Esplund. So those are your lineups for both schools. The pitching matchup for both schools, for George Little Rock and the Mustangs, is number 3, Cash Sandbolt. Cash Sandbolt has played in 2 games, hasn't started either one of them, so this will be his first start of the year. He's pitched 3 2/3, has an opponent's batting average of 1.33, has allowed 15 on base, with giving up 2 runs, both of them earned, has walked 1, has hit 1, and has struck out 4. For HMS, Jack Masterbergen out there on the mound. Masterbergen, take a look at his stats. Masterbergen He's played in 4, has started 2, so this will be his 5th appearance and 3rd start. He's 0-2 on the season, has pitched 12 in the 3rd. Opponents are hitting 289 off of him. He's given up 25 runs, 14 of them earned, has walked 8, hit 5, and struck out 23. He is pitching to the tune of a 7.95 ERA. Cash Sunbolt with a 3.82 ERA. So a pretty good pitching matchup. Both pitchers are a little bit higher than they would like to be on the overall season ERA, but ultimately both teams looking to break a little bit of a losing skid. So it should be a very exciting game with both teams looking like pretty evenly matched up. So we'll take some commercial breaks. We'll come back. The game's just a little bit closer to getting underway, and we will see you after these commercial messages here on
At Century Mutual, we're always focused on dedicated, personalized service for you, serving customers in 27 Northwest Iowa counties for over 130 years. As a proud Grinnell Mutual member insurance company, we'll be there when you need us most, helping protect all that's important to you, including your future. With Grinnell Mutual, you can trust in tomorrow. Contact your local Century Mutual Insurance Association agent today, located in more than 50 local communities. Trust in tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Forget the ramps and hassles when hauling. They are built to tilt. Tilt bed trailers made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing.
We're excited to now offer one of the best tilt bed trailers on the market, ranging from 22 to 28 feet in length. And like everything we manufacture, these trailers are built to work, last, and make your life easier. All with confidence when you hook up to a tilt bed trailer made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing. Visit us online today at holsteinmfg.com.
MHI and Cuso of Cherokee are on the move, expanding, and in need of residential treatment workers, psychiatric security specialists, and LPNs.
We deal with disorders that you can't see. You get to help people who are in desperate need of help. And helping those people actually helps the community as well.
The benefits here, I think, are top-notch. That was why I came here.
To learn more and to apply, visit governmentjobs.com.
And welcome back. National Anthem done playing. Festivities just about to get underway. Now, you may have noticed that along with the sudden schedule change of having this game moved from July 1st to now this being June 7th, you also notice that it is only 5:38, and usually varsity action getting started about an hour and a half from now. However, due to weather concerns, game being moved up. Now, official forecast saying no rain until at least 7. Radar sure doesn't agree with that, as the radar is showing us in the middle of a very large storm cell here in Hartley, Iowa. Storm cell does look to be moving westbound, as most storms in this part of the world do. But I just don't know if that rain will come sooner rather than later, as many are probably hoping. This game does only need to get, I think, to the 4th inning to become official. If it's on the 4th, then it'd be the 5th at the very latest. We certainly can get there if the forecast is correct, but I think any hope of having a full 7-inning game would be a bit wishful thinking, as radar just not showing anything too friendly. So, first few warm-up pitches now for pitcher Masbergen. Stepping up to the plate to lead off this game will be Micah Jumbeck. Jumbeck, a senior. He's played in all 6 games, taken 15 at-bats, scored 5 runs, 3 hits, has a single, a double, and a home run, 4 RBI, has walked 6, been hit 3 times, and has struck out 6 times as well. He bats on the nose of the Mendoza line at 200. First pitch, a strike. And first pitch at 5:40 p.m. Masbergen gets the signs. Maybe a little bit of mind games. Wines fires. A bit low. Ball 1. So 1-1. Masbergen starting off the game strong with a first pitch strike. Masbergen getting the signs from catcher Cates. Kicks and deals. That one driven into left field. It gets past the left fielder. That will be at least a double. And Jumbeck will indeed stop at second. So, nice double to begin the game. Aiden Espelin not quite able to get to it. Actually, I think the ball might have bounced a little bit awkwardly when it hit the outfield grass. Outfield grass is a little bit wet as from some showers earlier in the day, so that certainly will probably play a factor, as any balls to the outfield may get away from these outfielders just bouncing very awkwardly. Kyle DeLue now at the plate. Masbergen fires. Outside, ball 1. So Masbergen so far thrown 4 pitches. 2 in the strike zone, 2 outside the strike zone. Of course, the second one inside the strike zone was sent down the line for a double. And his next pitch outside, ball 2. So the runner in scoring position, nobody out. George Lurrock threatening to start off this game with a little bit of noise, has I think put up a few runs, and looks like that might just be their intention. Next pitch, that one fouled back. Strike 1. So a good read by DeLue, the catcher. Saw the pitch, took a hack at it. It was just a little bit late. Fouled it to the backstop. Masbergen checks down to second. And deal. That one swung on and miss. Strike 2. So Masbergen finds himself down 2-0 in the count. Comes back to level it at 2-2, and he'll look to get the first out of tonight's proceedings. Shortstop of Skip off. Just seeing if his pitcher wants to have a little bit of an attempt to pick off at second. Ultimately, Masterbergen said throws to the plate for ball 3, and the count is full. So we'll skip off and Kroonsman, just giving the runner of Jumbeck just a little bit of something to think about. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Masterbergen finding himself down in the count early, battles back to level it, allows the count to get full, but ultimately DeLue not able to hold back on that one, and DeLue's brother Colin DeLue will step up into the plate. So Colin DeLue at the plate. He is a .250 hitter, and he has 5 hits on the season, including 2 doubles, and that being the extent of his extra base hits. Attempted pickoff to second, not in time. And Masterbergen will regroup on the mound as Kroonsman, he'll now step to second. That one high and inside, ball 1. 10 pitches through this inning so far for Masterbergen. Gotten 1 out, has put 1 in scoring position and deals. And that one will be across but low, ball 2. Masterbergen going to get the signs from the Grandview commit, Jacob Cates. This is a sign he likes. Delivery home. Swung on and missed, strike 1. So 2-1. Masterbergen going to look to strike the DeLue brothers out back to back. And middle infield for the Hawks just dancing around a little bit, giving Jumbeck something to think about. That one fouled back and out of play, 2-2. The delivery. Oh! Inside, says the umpire. The count goes full. And I think everyone thought that was strike 3. And umpire not going to give Masterbergen benefit of the doubt. So Masterbergen, he'll try again. He elicits the swing. It's a drop third strike, though. And that will go down as a strikeout. The runner of Jumbeck does advance. So there's 2 out. Runner on third. And now Spencer Sprock will step up to the plate and try to best his teammates' efforts thus far with back-to-back strikeouts. Sprock is a senior. He bats .267. He has 4 hits on the season, none of them for extra bases. Has walked 5 times, has been hit once. Nope, take that back. He's walked 2 times, been hit twice, and has struck out 9 times. So Masterbergen might just look for the hat trick of strikeouts. That one swung on and missed. So Masterbergen gets the hat trick of strikeouts, allows a runner to begin the inning, but then strikes out 3 consecutive to end it. So we will take a short commercial break and be right back here on Fuller Digital Solutions.
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has served the unique needs of the ag industry. As members of your community, we get to know you and your operation, providing coverage for your farm, ranch, machinery, livestock, and so much more. Find out why we're the #1 ag insurer. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In Primgar, your Farm Bureau agent is Danielle Rader.
#1 ag insurer across our 8-state territory. 2018 SNL PNC Group Direct Written Premium.
I chose the NCCCNA course because I just really liked the instructors and the entire NCC community, how welcoming everybody is. And I was able to take it in high school and get it done before I started college.
The new facility here at NCC has been great. You've got every tool you can think of. You're never struggling to find something. Just the facility as a whole has been awesome. It makes the learning a lot more interesting and a lot more hands-on, and it's just been great.
And welcome back as the Hawks, just showing us Hawks. Pitcher Masterbergen did allow for Micah Jumback to lead off the game with a double and then struck out 3 consecutive. So the Hawks, they now have a chance to shine as they can start off this game. Maybe be the first to put a run on the board. So are getting reports of sprinkles from around the area. I don't know if there's any sprinkles hitting the ground here in Hartley, but like I said earlier, it's just a huge storm eye going over us. Nothing drastic, just some rain. But obviously that rain gets just too heavy. Pitchers start sliding on the mound, and that will probably be the end of tonight's actions, as rain looking to probably stop somewhere close to 9 or 10 this evening. So first pitch, that one's a ball on Mendering. Mendering, he'll see the next pitch. He'll take a swing at it. Doesn't make contact. So 1-1. Fouls that one back, 1-2. So 1-2, Masterbergen sees the next pitch. That one over, but low. Ball 2. So Mendering, seeing that pitch. It's low, rather. The next one takes a hack at it. That will be the first out of the game. Mendering goes down swinging. Notice one thing with all the batters this evening is that with the 4 strikeouts now, none of them looking, all of them swinging. So all the batters thus far from both teams looking very confident in their reading of the pitches coming at them, as all forward Ks thus far. First pitch for Masterbergen will be a ball, so Masterbergen up in the count, 1-0. Sees the next pitch, takes a hack at it, 1-1. Jack Masterbergen, a junior. He's played in all 10 games, taken 21 at bats, has 5 hits, 2 singles, a triple, has driven in 1, has been walked 4 times, hit 3 times, and struck out 8 times. So Masterbergen, a solid hitter at 238, above the Mendoza line. Next pitch, the umpire says doesn't quite catch the zone, and Masterbergen maybe thanking his lucky stars on that one not to be sent down looking. Takes a hack at the next one. That one fouled back, and I think it lands. No harm, no foul. Somewhere behind the first base dugout. Masterbergen, he'll see the next pitch. That one outside, and he's sent down looking. Jinxed it. And do you have to ask yourself, if that one pitch was a ball, then how was that a strike? I don't think Masterbergen was too happy walking back to the dugout after that. Now at the plate, number 18, Dominic Tripp, the third baseman. Dominic Tripp, a junior. He's played in 8 games, taken 11 at-bats, has 2 hits, both of them singles, has driven in 3, and has struck out 4 times, has taken no free passes, and is batting 182. So we'll see if Tripp can be the first to get on base for the Hawks, as he currently is behind in the count 1-2 with 2 down. Next pitch, low, ball 2. That one low and outside. Tripp with some pretty good plate discipline, not biting on some pitches outside the zone. Next one is a drop third strike. Gonna be thrown down to first, and the play is made in time as Hawks are sat down 1, 2, 3. So a little bit of a pitcher's duel thus far. Seven batters come up. The pitchers have struck out 6 of them, and we will go to the top of the second here just momentarily. Keep it here on Fuller.
Probably the biggest thing that we do a little bit different than a lot of schools is the live work side of the world. So when we teach our students, we actually, if you look around the shop and see what they're working on, in most cases it's a customer car, and so they get real-world application.
Our engineering design program is basically drawing components, manufacturing of the components, and then we get into the inspection of the components. So they got to create it, make it, and inspect it just as they would in industry.
Oh my. And we were taking 1-minute commercial break, so we'll just keep it at that 30. As looking out the window, not sure if you're able to see it on the broadcast, it's raining. And it is not raining all that much, but I said, if that rain that gets heavier, pitcher starts sliding around on the mound, you lose your footing as a pitcher. That's not too good. And like I said, with that rain, not really expected to stop for a couple hours even after it starts. I think once this game gets stopped by rain, that might just be the end of that. At the plate now for the Mustangs is going to be a junior, number 13, Jack Kroll. Kroll, he's appeared in all 6 games, has taken 14 at-bats, has 2 runs, 2 hits. His hits are complete opposites at a single and a home run, and he is batting 143 on the season with 2 hit by pitches, 3 free passes, and 7 strikeouts to his name. Nasbergen makes a delivery. That one, nice little curveball that sneaks into the inside part of the zone to now put Kroll at an 0-2 count. That one fouled back, so we'll main 0-2. Kroll, like I said, just hitting just that 143, I believe. So certainly looking to get as many hits as he can, bring that batting average up just a little bit, as he'll take ball 1 with the 4th pitch of the at-bat. Ball gets away from Masterbergen, but nobody on, so not too much of a rush to go and grab that one. Masterbergen, he'll get the signs from Cates. Cates gives him a sign he likes. Masterbergen will kick and deal. That one will get away from Cates, and that will be ball 2. So, a strong start to this at-bat with back-to-back strikes and then a foul ball. Masterbergen now has allowed the count to level at 2-2, and we will see if he can get back on that one. And strike 3, and he knew it. So Kroll, the 4th consecutive batter that Masterbergen has sat down on strikes, that will give the reins over to number 3, Cash Sandbolt. Sandbolt, a freshman. He's played in all 6, but only started 5. Has taken 14 at bats, has 2 hits. Both of them are singles. Bats 143 as well, and has taken 4 free passes and also struck out 4 times and reached on an error once as well, I see in my stat book here. So the first pitch of the at-bat was a strike. So Sandbolt finds himself behind in the count, 0-1. Drives one. That one will get to the shortstop. Playing first in time. So Lawton Skipoff with a throw down to Ricky Smith gets a 6-3 put out, 2 down here in the top of the second, as I realized I didn't change the scoreboard over. Top of the second, 2 down. And Charlie Hamilton will now be next to bat, as Charlie Hamilton, he's a senior. He's started all 6 games, has exactly 1 hit. That one a single, and is batting .056. That first pitch, a strike, and Masterbergen ahead in the count once more, looking to sit down his 6th consecutive batter. That one popped up into foul ground. Ricky Smith with the lead on it. Yeah! Make a diving catch. You can't quite see it. You can't quite see it on the broadcast, but Ricky Smith, shades of Anthony Rizzo down on the first base foul area, makes a sliding catch to end the inning. And we will take a short commercial break, and the Hawks will get their second opportunity to take some swings, as so far been a very pitcher-dominant game, with both pitchers having only allowed 1 hit combined. Keep it here on
Savings Bank of Primgar, Hartley, and Lake Park has been serving Northwest Iowa for over 125 years, providing personal, hardworking, and friendly service to its customers and community. Savings Bank of Hartley offers personal, ag and business banking, online and mobile banking solutions, along with many lending options. Savings Bank loan officers will sit down and do the hard work to ensure you get exactly what you need. Stop by and see what they can do for you, or visit them online at www.savingsbankia.com. Trustworthy, honest, and hardworking. The same traits that make a great employee make a great bank. For 125 years, Savings Bank of Primgar, Hartley, and Lake Park has been going the extra mile, providing banking to farms and small businesses in Northwest Iowa. Savings Bank of Hartley prides itself on knowing you, your operation, your goals, and your future plans to help you along the way, so you can focus on what you do best. Stop in today or visit them online at savingsbankia.com.
And welcome back, folks. Bottom of the second, Jacob Cates leading off the inning for the Hawks. Cates takes the first pitch for a ball. He's played all 10 games, started all 10 of them. He's taken 23 at bats, has 4 hits, 3 singles, and a double. Has driven in 3, has walked once, been hit once, reached on error 1 time, struck out 4 times, and is batting .147 on the season. That next pitch is going to be a strike, so 1-1 is the count. I want to shout out some of our sponsors just here real quick. Cherokee Area Economic Development and Northwest Iowa Community College, making this broadcast possible. Without them, wouldn't be able to do what we do here at Full Digital Solutions. And want to get to broadcast local high school sports for all of you loyal fans that are unable to make it to the ball games throughout all 4 athletic seasons. His count is 2-2 after a foul ball by Cates. And Cates will get back into the batter's box, and he'll see the next pitch. That one foul back, watch out. We didn't hear breaking glass, so that's probably good. There's all the big concern playing baseball. Somebody's window's going to catch a foul ball. Thankfully, it hasn't happened in any games that I've broadcasted at in my years of broadcasting, but always a nerve-wracking moment as you wait to see if you're a crack. Cates fouls one off again. Will stay in play. No, it will not. And I think Cates is talking to Coach Dawson Skipoff down at third base. Coach Skipoff is giving him, gives him advice, and Cates will pop out. Maybe that one to shallow right center, and it falls. Sorry, left center rather, right center, and it falls. Jacob Cates will reach on a hit, as that's just a single, but I think simultaneously you had the second baseman for the Mustangs and Charlie Hamilton, the left fielder. I think simultaneously they're both like, well, who's getting it? And the ball just fell in the space. And fly out to left for Koonsman. Lawton Skipoff. Lawton Skipoff not able to quite reach the not quite able to reach on the fly ball, as it was easily caught by Charlie Hamilton. So Skipoff with that fly out to left field, and that will bring up Grant Koonsman. Koonsman sees the first pitch, takes a hack at it, doesn't make contact. Grant Koonsman, a freshman, has started all 10 games, has taken 20 at-bats, has 5 hits, all of them singles, and has reached on a walk and struck out 8 times. So Koonsman having reached base safely 6 times this season. Cates going for the steal, and he will get the second on a stolen base. So a pickoff attempt by Cash Samble, the pitcher, to first base. DeLue was probably going to get Cates, but Cates just ran to second instead, and DeLue trying to get it down to second makes a bad throw, and Cates reaches safely, and Grant Koonsman takes a hit by pitch. And so with one down, runners on first and second, Ricky Smith will come up. Ricky Smith, he has started all 10 games, has 21 at-bats, has 4 hits, one of them for a double. So I mean, a double, depending on where it would be located here in the field. Of course, no power rallies. Could possibly bring in 2, but a double certainly would bring in Jacob Cates over there on second. And he's batting 190. And he also has taken 2 walks on the season. So Ricky Smith, with some plate discipline, obviously with those 2 walks, is below the Mendoza line, but with a chance to bring in at least one of his teammates if he can get one to the outfield. Takes a hack at it, not making contact, and so it will be 1-1. Ricky Smith does have 2 RBI to his credit, and so would not be too surprising to see him drive one in, as instead Ricky Smith will take a hit by pitch as well, his first of the season. So Ricky Smith, Grant Koonsman, and Jacob Cates putting together a little team effort to give Brody Mendering 3 ducks on the pond. Bases loaded, bases juiced, however you want to phrase it. Brody Mendering has a chance to break this game wide open. Brody Mendering, number 12, not on the HMS roster, as ball gets away from Kyle DeLue behind the plate. All the runners advance, and a run is going to score for the Hawks. So Ricky Smith, Grant Koonsman move to second and third respectively. Jacob Cates with a bloop single, to put it frankly, comes all the way around to score the first run of the game. So it was 1-0 in favor of the Hawks. Brody Mendering still at the plate. Brody Mendering, like I said, not with any official stats here in my stat book. But you'll see that next pitch. Check swings. Umpire says he didn't go around, and I think there's a little bit different opinions of whether he did or not. Didn't look like he really took his bat off his shoulder all that much, so I think umpire did get that one right, although just a little bit of disagreement there in the fan base. So Brody Mendering strikes out. Aiden Espeland, the BVU commit for football, will step up to the plate. Aiden Espeland, a senior, he started all 10 games, has taken 13 at-bats with 2 singles and a walk, reached on error, and struck out just 7 times with a 145 batting average. So Espeland on the interstate, in terms of his batting average, he'll show bunt. That one, I think, probably would have been the third out as infield shifted around in response to that. The safety squeeze by Espeland, not sure if it really would have worked all that much there. That one almost hits him as well. He backs out of the way, and I think for Sandbolt, if you hit 3 batters in a single inning, that's not all that good. And I think the umpire obviously giving Sandbolt some leniency, clearly not purposely hitting Koonsman and Smith, but certainly if you hit 3, might just have to have a discussion of control your pitchers or move off the mound. That next pitch will be a ball, so it's 2-2. 2 runners in scoring position. Get one to the outfield. That'll bring in at least 1. Probably brings in 2. That one going to be outside. The count will go full. There is a place for Espeland over there on first, but obviously you have Espeland on base. That then allows the batting order to turn over, and you get Blake Mendering up to bat, which did strike out Blake Mendering the first time. But not sure if you really want the batting order to turn over here in the second. Well, the batting order will turn over here in the second, as that will be a walk for Espeland. Our first of the evening, I believe, for either team. And now Blake Mendering, who struck out swinging his first time up, will get to take his second chance at the plate. So 1-1 count. You have Cash Sandbolt at 44 pitches and an inning and 2/3 of work thus far. That's not going to get you too far in the game, as obviously with pitching limits and rest days. Obviously, there is that weekend coming up, but being at 45 pitches will be 46 here just momentarily, and not even quite 2 innings is not what you want. And Blake Mendering flies out to left field, and that will be the end of the inning for the Hawks. They do push across the run and break the scoring open here in Hartley, Iowa, and we'll be right back after a 1-minute break.
Bisma Graphics in Sanborn, your one-stop sign shop for everything from vehicle wraps, lettering, fleet graphics, signs of all kinds, race car wraps, power sport wraps, banners, logo design, business cards, or even color change vehicle wraps. Everything is done in-house with top-of-the-line equipment. Stefan and Ashley C. Bisma employ an experienced and knowledgeable staff who are ready to work for you. To help get you noticed, visit cbisma-graphics.com. Find us on Facebook or call 712-729-7446.
This changes everything. TiVo is here. Search and control your cable channels and streaming video with one remote. Use voice activation to find everything faster, or set a one-pass recording. Then watch on any TV in your home, or browse and view on Wi-Fi devices with the free View It app. Contact TCA to experience TiVo today.
And welcome back. If you're just joining us, missed the first 2 innings here in Hartley, Iowa, as the Hawks scored a run on a passed ball in the second inning. They had the bases loaded 2 times, only brought home 1 that time round. And lead this game obviously 1-0. With now going into the third inning, mentioning there in the bottom of the second that being only 2 innings in, already having 46 pitches, does Sandbolt not going to fare too well in terms of the pitch count limit. And going along with that, you have Jack Masterbergen on the mound for the Hawks. He just crossed the 30 mark, and with like I said, with those pitch count limits being at 46 versus 30 through 2, pretty big difference. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It's a drop third strike though by Cates, and the throw around for the Hawks goes into left field, but obviously nobody on base, so not too much of a concern there. So that was Minter who struck out. John Sandbeck now at the plate. Sandbeck, a sophomore. This is only his second game played, his first start. Takes a hack out of that one, not making contact, and his stats are 1 at-bat, 1 strikeout. So Sandbeck only with a second at-bat of the season. Takes a hack at the first pitch he sees. Next pitch he sees, he holds back, and that one catches the zone. So Sandbeck, the designated hitter, down 0-2 in the count, and is looking to avoid his second strikeout in as many at-bats. But I think Jack Masterbergen probably has other plans. Next pitch. Curveball, but outside the zone, and ball 1. So, assuming Sandbeck strikes out or hits, I guess this doesn't matter. Batting order will turn over here, and Micah Jumbeck will be the next one up. And Masterbergen has now given Sandbeck back-to-back strikes. Sorry, back-to-back balls, rather. So, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Sandbeck strikes out for the second time in as many at-bats and plate appearances. Micah Jumbeck now batting. The order has turned over. Jumbeck, so far, the only one to have bested Masterbergen, as he got a double on the second pitch of the game, I believe. Otherwise, Masterbergen has been flawless with 6 strikeouts in 2 1/3 innings. First pitch is a ball. Dixon deals that one. A strike. So Masterbergen with a count 1-1. Masterbergen keeps this pace up, obviously setting himself up for a pretty good night on the mound with 6 strikeouts. through 2 2/3 rather. That's not a bad evening on the mound. Oh, and the pop out to the third base foul area. Ultimately, just dropped by, that is Dominic Tripp over there at second. Tripp got a glove on it, but that one is falling out of his glove, and that would have been the third out. But Masterbergen does find himself up 1-2 in the count. There's 2 out, nobody on, and he will get the signs from Cates. Masterbergen deals. That one put in play. It'll be a fly ball, and it'll be caught. Talon Ziering in center makes the catch to end the inning, and the Hawks thus far have, for lack of a better term, been lights out with the defense. So we will take a 1-minute break, and we'll be right back here on Philo Digital Solutions. You will.
C&B is proud to support our local farmers. Rooted in agriculture, we are committed to our customers. You can shop local with C&B, your John Deere dealer, providing you with new and used equipment, parts on hand, and service all year round. Our entire inventory is available to you online at DeereEquipment.com. C&B, proud to be your local John Deere dealer.
It's a tie game here with the home team having possession. The clock is showing 5 seconds left. Sam dribbles it up the court with the defender on his side. He shoots. He scores. They win. The home team wins.
Looking for a winning insurance team? Contact your hometown team, Eldersma Agency for protection written through IMT Insurance and you, a team that can't be beat.
And welcome back. Just joining us, you've missed, I would say, a pretty good ball game thus far. It's 1-0 in favor of HMS. Jack Masterbergen on the mound allowed a double on the second pitch of the game. Has since sat down everybody consecutively. So he's faced 10, has struck out 6 of them, and the rest have been flyouts, groundouts, and pop-outs. So far the Hawks playing very, very well on defense. The batting very much playing to their credit as well as they obviously have put up that run, and they have put several on base with some walks, some hit by pitches, and a single, which obviously I was saying culminated with them pushing across a run. It's 1-2, nobody out for Jack Masterbergen. So 2-2 count on the mound. Cash Sandbolt, I'll see 50 pitches through, I said just that 2 innings of work thus far. That one going to be outside, 3-2. Count goes full. That one fouled off. That one will go out of play. And I think maybe makes contact with the metal ramp there on the bleachers. If you haven't been with us here this season, the HMS baseball team got brand new bleachers, a brand new press box over last school year, and very much an improvement from what we had last year. Masterbergen, he pops out to his counterpart of Sandbolt. So Dominic Tripp, who struck out the first time up, but obviously made a little bit of a play of it as it was a drop third strike and nearly got all the way down to first. Was just beaten by about maybe a step and a half at most. Will step up to the plate with nobody on and 1 out. That's first pitch. Umpire calls it a strike. It's 0-1. So 1 out, nobody on, no balls, 1 strike. Dominic Tripp, he'll see the next offering. High, 1-1. That one over Tripp's head. And obviously no intention there, but just I think Sandbolt maybe lost control of a few more pitches than he probably should have, as he's already hit 2, nearly hit Espeland last time up and sent one over of Dominic Tripp there. So next pitch was a strike. The pitch after that, a ball. So Tripp showing some good plate discipline. Gets that count full. Scoreboard showing 3-2-1. And we will see what will happen here. Tripp going to call batter's timeout just there for a second. Wasn't quite ready. And obviously perfectly has that right. No batting gloves as well. Tripp sends one. That one's foul. Will it stay in play? It will. It goes to the backstop, and everybody is okay, but Kyle DeLue made a dive for it, and thankfully some padding there in the backstop. I think might have hit his head on that padding. He's all right. Umpire gives him his mask back. Remains 3-2, so Tripp staying alive there. The pitch. That one put in play. Gets to the shortstop. Tripp making a run down first, and that one is a 6-3 put out. And Jacob Cates will get to take his second at bat. Cates is the only one on the HMS batting order that currently has a hit. The others who have reached base were 2 hit by pitches for Koonsman and Smith, and a walk for Espeland. Cates taking a hearty hack at it, not making contact. That's strike 1. I think rain's lightened up just enough to not quite be visible, and well, the good thing is rain shower actually breaking up, just open up a little bit of a window, so once it passes by, it's going to be about maybe a 30-45 minute window. It's not going to rain, and obviously 30-45 minutes, quite a bit of time, obviously enough time to get through at least probably 2 innings, and at this point here in the third, that's likely all we need to make this game official. And Cates hit by pitch. That's the third of the evening. So Sandbolt has hit 3, and obviously nothing intentional, but certainly maybe certainly needs to just take a deep breath and reorganize himself there, as hitting 3 batters in a single game, obviously not where he wants to be. At the plate is Lawton Skipoff. Skipoff flew out to right field last time up. First pitch was a strike. Next pitch, take a hearty hack at it. That one's a strike as well. 0-2, 2 outs, and the Hawks with Cates on first. They obviously don't want to strand him. But right now, 2 outs and 2 strikes, all on Skipoff's shoulders here to keep the inning going. That one sent, and that one will stay in the infield. It will be easily caught by Micah Jumbeck, and Jumbeck will end the inning. So Hawks not able to repeat their success that they had in the bottom of the second, and we will take a short commercial break and come back for the top.
Every morning, 365 days a year, farmers across this country rise to the task of feeding the world. Ag State understands the challenges and difficulties our livestock producers face. We are producers with you. This is why at Ag State, we produce the superior feed our farmers need at a competitive price. Livestock producers partnered with the feed experts at Ag State can leverage the knowledge gained along with the most up-to-date advice to produce effective improvements to your bottom line. Ag State, helping producers prosper.
Sanborn Savings Bank, Sanborn's hometown bank since 1899. Because we are your hometown bank, we understand the importance of offering you a wide range of financial services to help you meet your financial goals. We have checking, savings, and certificate of deposit accounts that will help you manage your money. We offer all types of loans for your individual needs. We are always ready to work with you to design a program to meet your financial needs. Sanborn Savings Bank, proud to support the HMS Hawks, member FDIC.
Duluth Sprock. And welcome back. You just joined us here in the top of the fourth. Little game recap thus far. It's a 1-0 game in favor of the Hawks of HMS. They scored their lone run on a passed ball in the bottom of the second. Otherwise, been pretty quiet and very much a pitcher's duel, as thus far two hits between the two teams, one for each team, and Masterbergen thus far putting on a clinic as he has retired the last 9 consecutively. In the batter's box is the lefty Kyle DeLue. He struck out his first time up, and he'll take a hearty hack at it. He's swinging out of his shoes for strike 1. So Masterbergen, 40 pitches to get through 3 innings. That's not a terrible pace, all things considered. And he will get strike 2. 40 pitches to get through 3 innings puts him at 80 to get through 6, and maybe 93 to get through an entire ball game. 93 pitches, obviously not a terrible pace, no matter what the standard. Okay. So DeLue will get back in the batter's box. He's down 0-2 in the count. Masterbergen puts one just a little bit outside. Ball 1. And Sprinkles have returned a little bit lighter than they were before, but have returned nonetheless. That one catches the zone. Strike 3. And Masterbergen has struck out his 7th of the ball game, and that is the first one looking for the Mustangs of George Little Rock. The rest of their strikeouts have been swinging. So Colin DeLue going to look to try to better his brother's effort. That first pitch is a ball, and we'll start this at bat with a 1-0 count. So 46 pitches thus far, 1 out, nobody on. Masterbergen makes a delivery. That one put in play, and it will he'll be safe at first, and that probably will go down as an E6 as Lawton Skipoff had it in his glove and simply dropped it. So still only 2 hits between the two teams with very minimal in the amount of batters reaching thus far. So now a runner on first, and Spencer Sprock will step up to the plate. Sprock struck out his first time as well. So, like I said, very much a pitching duel thus far. Only 2 hits between the two teams. The rest have been 2 hit by pitches and a walk for HMS, and then the other reaching for George Little Rock in E6 just a few moments ago. That one above Sprock's head, and that's going to be a 2-0 count. Espelin, no, excuse me, Masterbergen, rather, catches the zone on that one. It's 2-1. Masterbergen gets the sign from Cates. Deals that one outside. Pip off to first. No. Although Cates did think about it just there momentarily. So it's a 3-1 count. And Masterbergen gets a sign he likes. And that one fouled off the end of the bat, and that will be a full count. And we will see, looks like maybe they're having a little bit of discussion to hit him. I guess is gonna be the discussion, because if he hit him, obviously that then puts Sprock onto first base, and looks like they're gonna keep him at home plate. It's the only reason I can think that they're having that discussion, and that will be the end of that. And Sprock will get back into the batter's box. That one high, and that one will put him on first base, as we now have back-to-back batters reaching for George Little Rock. That first pitch, a strike. So with 1 out, runner 2 on, first and second. Masterbergen, who I said sat down 9 consecutive, has sat down 10 consecutive, and since then has lost his rhythm just a little bit. But he's up in the count, 0-2, and I think a ground ball to the middle infield that could end the inning. And that one, a fly ball, is going to stay in the park, and it will be easily caught by the right fielder of Blake Mendering. So 2 out here in the top of the 4th, and that will be now Cash Sandbolt stepping up to the plate. Sandbolt, he was retired on a 6-3 putout his last time up. That first pitch is going to be inside, ball 1. So that being here in top of the 4th, thus far a pretty pitcher-dominant game from both pitchers. Masterbergen to his counterpart will send one to the shortstop, and a rare, and I must emphasize this, a rare 6-5 putout ends the inning, as you don't see very many of those. But got the C1 to end this inning. So that is the end of this top of the fourth. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth after these commercial messages. You're watching Hawk. And welcome back. Just join us here in the bottom of the fourth. As it's a 1-0 ball game, and it's been very pitcher dominant as so far there's been minimal runners on base, as by my count I think there's only been maybe 6 or 7 total between the two teams. I'd have to double check my math, and me and math are not best friends. So it's at 6 or 7 runners total for both teams combined. Has made this game pretty pitcher dominant, as it's the bottom of the fourth. And the first pitch to Grant Koonsman is a ball. Next pitch, that one's high, ball 2. Quick count, 8 total runners, with 5 for the Hawks and 3 for the Mustangs. So 3-0 count. Koonsman, who does not have an official at bat yet, is looking to get a second free pass, and he will. That one is well inside, and that is a ball 4. So Koonsman has stepped up to the plate twice, and how many at bats does he have? 0. As a hit by pitch and a walk will certainly prevent you from having any additional bats added to your statistics. So that will then hand the reins over to Ricky Smith. Ricky Smith, who also took a hit by pitch last time he took last time he stepped into the box, rather. So last time he had a plate appearance, he was hit by a pitch. So no official at bats there either. And I think Cash Sandbolt might have been injured. He just walked away from the mound, and not entirely sure what's going on here, but he just simply walked away from the mound, walked towards the dugout, was stopped by his coach, and he's grabbing his elbow. That is not a good sight at all. Obviously, concern when you're pitching, no matter what level you are, is having that UCL tendon in your elbow hold up as you make your pitching career. And obviously, Tommy John surgery rates have been slowly but surely going up for high school pitchers around the country, and seeing Cash Sandbolt grab his elbow like that, certainly not a good sight to see, and just a little bit concerning for sure. Obviously don't know anything, not trying to make any speculation, but just seeing him grab his elbow, usually not something that you want to see. Like I said, once again, don't know anything, not making any speculations, but shame to see. I say a pitcher that was having a pretty good night out on the mound. I obviously did walk a few, but I mean had only allowed that one run, and outside of that second inning had kept people off of the base paths. So it's shame to see his night come to an end early. So we'll see just momentarily who that new pitcher is going to be for the Mustangs of George Little Rock. It was an infield player, and it was number 13. That is Jack Krull. So Krull will go from being third base to being now the pitcher, which I'll have to wait and get confirmation of it, but I'm going to guess that John Sandbeck might be taking over duties at third. Can't quite see who is at third. But Ricky Smith will get to stand back into the box. The count is 0-1. And yeah. Oh, that. So new pitcher, and we will see it just here. So I was looking. Yeah. So I was looking down at the stream, just making sure that it was all good on the YouTube end. And as that happened, Ricky Smith, deja vu perhaps, hit by a pitch again, and Brody Mendering now going to take his second at bat. He struck out the first time. Count is 1-1. So that's just how life is sometimes. Sometimes you look down, you look up, and not a clue what happened. And certainly I was caught out on that one, just taking a gander to make sure the stream was doing okay on the YouTube end. Count is 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Brody Mendering sat down. I believe that is going to be the first out of the inning, at least by my recollection. It should be. So with first out of the inning, runners on first and second. So let me update the scoreboard there. He shows bunt. That one bunted foul. That will be the first strike going against him. The safety squeeze by Brody Mendering, I think. Excuse me. That will instead be Aiden Esplund. So Aiden Esplund, woo, and off almost lost track of the batters again. Aiden Esplund is at the plate rather. Esplund showing that safety squeeze. Showed the first at bat and the second at bat. Neither one really came to be anything. I don't think he even made contact on the first safety squeeze attempt earlier in the ball game, but did that time, and thankfully it was foul. He puts takes a hack at one and goes down swinging. So batting order going to turn over again. Blake Mendering now at the plate. He has a strikeout and a fly out to right to his credit. Blake Mendering. We'll see the first pitch. Takes a hack at it. That one foul down the third baseline. So 1-1 for Mendering. His next pitch. That one driven. That one way back. It stays in the ballpark, but just barely. That will bring in one. And a play at the plate, perhaps. He's safe. So a 2 RBI double, a bases clearing double for Blake Mendering. Breaks the game wide open as the Hawks now lead 3-0. Jack Masterbergen, who obviously is the pitcher of record at this point, he must be very, very happy with what he's seeing his teammates doing, and he also has that chance to help his own cause here. And first pitch, won't get to see one quite yet. That first pitch he does get to see, catches the zone for strike one, so it's an 0-1 count. 2 outs, takes a hearty hack at it, doesn't quite make contact. 0-2. Masterbergen, who has a strikeout looking and a pop out to first, to his credit. Obviously, something wanted to help his effort. That one foul ball out of play. Next pitch by Kroll. Here's momentarily, sees it. That one high and inside, ball 1. Sounds like a little bit of debate of who's going to get the foul ball, as maybe that debate can be ended by another foul ball. That one is barely missing missing. I think it was a truck back in the parking lot. So, a couple long foul balls tonight. That one catches the zone, and Jack Masterbergen, a little bit of disbelief. That will be the end of the bottom of the fourth. And so we will go to the top of the fifth here after these commercials.
At Century Mutual, we're always focused on dedicated, personalized service for you, serving customers in 27 Northwest Iowa counties for over 130 years. As a proud Grinnell Mutual member insurance company, we'll be there when you need us most, helping protect all that's important to you, including your future. With Grinnell Mutual, you can trust in tomorrow. Contact your local Century Mutual Insurance Association agent today, located in more than 50 local communities. Trust in Tomorrow is a registered trademark of Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company.
Oh, yeah. Very much so. And welcome back. Just join us. Top of the fifth. And the Hawks, they don't control the game by a wide margin, but certainly are in a position now where they can rest easy if they just stick to their laurels and play some solid baseball the rest of the way. They can walk away with a pretty solid win. Of course, this would be their first conference win of the season, as they sit 0-4 in conference play and actually just 1-9 overall. George Little Rock has also been a little bit of a losing skid this season, sitting at 1-5. And so George Little Rock, of course, pretty evenly matched up with HMS, as both teams, have very few upperclassmen, a lot more freshmen and sophomores, and so these two teams obviously hoping to become contenders both in the Warrior Conference and on the state level here in the next few years, as these underclassmen begin to get more experience playing varsity baseball. First pitch of the inning catches the zone for a strike, and Masterbergen, who has thrown 59 pitches thus far, continues to be a force on the mound. The next one, maybe call that a slider. That one well out of the zone, but Charlie Hamilton not carrying all that much. He takes a hearty hack at it. Jacob Cates. Cates makes the catch on that one. I think maybe ball had bounced off his glove. I think he caught it with his bare hand, so a little showing off just a little bit there, not letting the ball get away from him. So Hamilton down 1-2 in the count. And with skies beginning to become just a little bit more blue, you can actually see the blue off in the distance here at the baseball field here at Hartley-Melvin Sanborn. But of course, right above us, some very gray clouds that probably aren't very fun to have to think about, as certainly you hope it doesn't start raining. Taking a look at the weather right now, looks like maybe just a small opening in the storm cell. I actually mentioned that earlier, a 30-45 minute window where it's not going to rain for sure, and we have probably gotten a third of the way through that thus far, with a long rain strip still coming towards Hartley here this evening, and likely even maybe the early morning hours. It's a 2-2 count. That one fouled off, so Hamilton stays alive. This is the second at bat of the game, and finds himself with 2 balls, 2 strikes, and with just 9 outs left to work with for George Little Rock. It's got to be go time, probably sooner rather than later. That one put in play, and it's going to be an E5. That one gets away from the third baseman, And that will go down as an E5. At least it should, as Dominic Tripp had the ball just cream off of his glove and into shallow left field. Wyatt Minter now at the plate. Minter, she struck out his first time up. So runner on first, nobody out. You're going to see the delivery. That one foul back, netting stopping that foul ball from coming back. I think that foul ball might have been coming like right at the camera there, but thankfully, obviously, that netting there would not have been a very fun night if a glass window pane would have been broken, especially here on this brand new press box. Next pitch, that one high and outside, ball one. So 1-1 count. 68 pitchers now here for Massberg, and he's gotten through 4. Could possibly get through 4 2/3 if he can get a ground ball here. That one put in play. That one gets away from Dominic Tripp as well, and there will be no play. So back-to-back E5s have now put 2 runners on, including a runner at second, and there is nobody out as John Sandbeck, I believe, and John Sandbeck will step up to the plate. So I believe Sandbeck moved to third base, which, if that is correct, means that no designated hitter and that Matt Everhart will get to take bats in his own. We'll get to take out bats for himself, I should say. There you go. That's the words. That's words we're looking for there. So first pitch is a ball. As next pitch is swung on and missed. So Asterbergen has crossed that 70-pitch plane. Obviously, there's that weekend, so 2 days of rest guaranteed. Obviously, pitch limits here in the state of Iowa, enforced by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. I think probably Masterbergen probably won't get a chance to complete all 7 innings if he isn't able to make quick work of the Mustangs here in this top of the 5th. That one fouled back, saved by the netting. 1-2. That one, swing and a miss, strike 3. So John Sandbeck sat down on strikes for the second time this evening, and the batting order is going to turn over with Micah Jumbeck taking his 3rd at bat of the game. Jumbeck started off the game with some noise and with a double, but since then flew out to center, and that being the extent of his night. Middle infield for the Hawks, dancing around just a little bit. No pickoff attempt, swing and a miss, strike 1. So with 2 on, 1 out, also ground ball that could end the inning. So I know Masterbergen probably looking to get a ground ball if he can. So offers, that one catches his own, no, swing from Jumbeck, and suddenly Jumbeck down 0-2 in the count, has to go into protect mode, and you get one to the outfield, probably brings in 1. Also does have a chance to tie the game if he can send one out of the park. The pitch is sent. That one is going to go out of play, and well out of play. Doesn't even make contact with the roof of the press box. So stays 0-2. That one not going to have the umpire bite. That's ball 1. So 1-2, 1 out. And Masterbergen will try again. That one fouled off. So Jumbeck staying alive. Jumbeck ready in the batter's box. Kicks and fires. And umpire says that one hit him. Sure looked like it. Looked just momentarily like maybe there was going to be a pass ball, but umpire saying there's going to hit by pitch, and certainly looked like it anyway. So that will load the bases with only 1 out. So a little bit of discussion on the mound about what Coach Skipoff wants to do with his righty pitcher. And keep him out there. He has crossed the 80 plane now, so has taken a few more pitches than he'd probably like to get through these last few innings. He's only gotten through 4 1/3 on 80 pitches. And he had gotten through, I believe it was 3 innings on just about 40. Oh, pickoff down at first. That one in time. And Jumbeck gets picked off at first. And that will be the 2nd out. That one inside for a ball. A 2-0 count. That one nearly gets away from Masterbergen, but Cates gets it, and DeLue gets out of the way. So it's 3-0, 2 out. And looks like Cates is going to go talk to the other half of this Hawk battery. Like I said, Masterbergen got through 3 innings in just about 40 pitches. He's now gotten through 4 2/3 on now 83. Started this at bat with an even 80, and obviously has probably thrown a few more pitches that he would like in these last few innings. That one's ball 4. Bases are loaded once more. So George Little Rock has the bases loaded. And Colin DeLue will now get to take his 3rd at bat. He's 0 for 2, has reached on a error by the shortstop. That first pitch, low, ball 1. That one, ball 2. Masterbergen has this inning. Last 2 batters hit and walked Jumbeck and DeLue respectively, and that one's a strike. So Colin DeLue not going to get a 4-pitch walk like his brother did, but certainly obviously still ahead in that count. The next pitch, that one put in play. That one's going to drive in at least 1. Might very well bring in 2. No, it's only going to bring in 1. Bases remain loaded. Colin DeLue, that is, with a single and an RBI to to crack the goose egg for George Little Rock. You now will have Spencer Sprock step up to the plate. He is 0 for 1. Did walk earlier in the evening. 7:08 p.m. here, and Jacob Cates making a great catch to prevent a fastball and probably likely another run scoring. It's at 7:08. This game going on for just about an hour and a half now. We've gotten through, the entire, 4 entire innings and 2 outs here in this 5th inning. So, like, again, taking not too long, but at the same time not going too quick. Masterbergen has now crossed the 90 plane, and this might be his last inning on the mound. The next pitch is a strike. It's 2-2. Throw down to second. Is not in time. The Hawks can't believe it. Hawks can't believe the Hawks thought that was going to be the end of the inning. Next pitch. Swung on and missed. Masterbergen gets out of the inning, limiting the damage. The Hawks in a little bit of a jam, but they get out of it. It is 3-1. We will be back with the bottom.
Forget the ramps and hassles when hauling. They are built to tilt. Tilt bed trailers made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing.
We're excited to now offer one of the best tilt bed trailers on the market, ranging from 22 to 28 feet in length. And like everything we manufacture, these trailers are built to work, last, and make your life easier. Haul with confidence when you hook up to a tilt bed trailer made at Holstein Fabrication and Holstein Manufacturing. Visit us online today at holsteinmfg.com.
MHI and Cuso of Cherokee are on the move, expanding, and in need of residential treatment workers, psychiatric security specialists, and LPNs.
We deal with disorders that you can't see. You get to help people who are in desperate need of help. And helping those people actually helps the community as well.
The benefits here, I think, are top-notch. That was why I came here.
To learn more and to apply, visit governmentjobs.com.
And welcome back, everybody. Just join us. You missed the entire 4th inning and the top of the 5th inning. It is the bottom of the 5th, and the Hawks of HMS lead 3-1 over George Little Rock and the Mustangs. They held a 3-0 lead before a single to center by Colin DeLue for the Mustangs drove in the Mustangs' only run of the afternoon of the evening, as it is 7:11 here in Hartley, Iowa. Blue skies just off the distance. I'd probably say about maybe 5 or so miles off in the distance. Blue skies, a little bit of a lull in the storm cell that was going over us. And it is Dominic Tripp at the plate. Tripp will take that first pitch. Great eye for ball 1. Tripp, no batting gloves. A bit of a rarer sight these days, but obviously not everyone at the high school level using batting gloves, but certainly becoming more and more common. So I think Tripp might actually be the only person on the HMS baseball team that doesn't wear them. And that one is going to be a 4-3 ground out. So ground out 4. That will bring up Jacob Cates. First pitch is a strike, so 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. That one driven, and it will be into left center, and that will be a single. That is Kate's second hit and second single of the evening. So that one I'll bring up a lot and skip off. He is admittedly 0 for 2 with a fly out and a pop out in his first 2 at-bats. He's the pitch. That one nearly hits him. He gets out of the way, though, and that's just ball 1. So still Jack Kroll out on the mound for the Mustangs. Try to pick off to first, not in time. That one put in play. 6, 4, 3, no! And that means Lawton Skipoff will reach on a fielder's choice. And that now puts 2 outs, but inning does stay alive for Grant Koonsman, who has reached both plate appearances he's had with a hit by pitch and a walk. So no official at-bats, but obviously has reached twice in his 2 earlier plate appearances. Next pitch, that one fouled off. It's 0-1. Skipoff keeping the inning alive, passing the baton to Grant Koonsman. Koonsman, with some good plate discipline and few RBI on no RBI on the season. I was gonna say Koonsman could potentially bring Skipoff around, but doesn't look like it's a possibility this time. And as I say that, Skipoff takes a opportunity from a passed ball to advance to second. So Skipoff now puts himself into scoring position as Grant Koonsman with a 1-1 count. Now make that a 2-1 count. Koonsman, if he can get another walk, that would be his second. And Koonsman, coming into tonight, only had 1 walk. And so him getting hit by a pitch and taking a walk, setting some season highs. That next pitch, a strike, 2-2. So Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, of course, 2 outs. As Koonsman will get to see the next offering from Kroll here in just a moment. Kroll fires. That one catches the zone. And so the inning ends on a strikeout. The Hawks get one on and have another reach by fielder's choice, but unable to bring either one beyond second. So we will go to the top of the 6th here momentarily after these commercial messages. You're
For over 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has served the unique needs of the ag industry. As members of your community, we get to know you and your operation, providing coverage for your farm, ranch, machinery, livestock, and so much more. Find out why we're the #1 ag insurer. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In Primgar, your Farm Bureau agent is Danielle Rader.
#1 ag insurer across our 8-state territory. 2018 SNL PNC Group Direct Written Premium.
And welcome back. Looks like Koonsman will remain out on the mound. Koonsman has already thrown 93 pitches. Of course, I'm not particularly familiar with what the limits are, but I would venture to say that if Koonsman breaks 100 pitches tonight, probably would not see him in the next contest. Oh, and of course, thank you. So the official Iowa High School Athletic Association lineup cards have the rule on them, and good on them, of course. For Mastbergen, who is a junior, he falls into the 10th through 12th grade rule set. That first pitch swung on and missed. Strike one. He will have to rest 4 days as well. So that means that he would not be eligible until Wednesday of this upcoming week. So Mastbergen not going to see any time on the mound in our next two broadcasts on Monday and Tuesday, the 10th and the 11th. That one gets past second baseman Grant Koonsman, and that will put one on with nobody out. So Spork reaching on a single. I'll bring up Jack. Oh, correction. That was actually Jack Kroll that reached on a single. And Cash Sandbolt now at the plate. And Sandbolt obviously at bat, so the attempt to pick up the first hit the ground and bounced past both the runner and the first baseman of Ricky Smith, and that will allow Jack Kroll to reach. Cash Sandbolt at the plate, so Sandbolt evidently okay. His elbow rather is wrapped up. So great sight to see that. It's a great sight to see Sandbolt still getting to take his at bats. Sandbolt, who batting for himself, had not reached either time, will not go down without a fight, as he has a 2-2 count. Like I said, great to see Sandbolt still out batting, and as I say that, he fouls one off. He sure thought he didn't get any piece of it, and was looking to run down to first on that drop third strike. Umpire says, hold up just a minute. And Sandbolt will have to see at least one more. That one going to be outside. Count goes full. Assuming nothing weird happens. Up next would be Charlie Hamilton, who has yet to reach safely. And Sandbolt will take a walk, so he's going to make a break down to first anyway. Ultimately, umpire says, hold up just a minute, and Sandbolt takes 2 consecutive pitches out of the zone to get to first base safely. Charlie Hamilton, who has popped out and reached on error, now up. He fouls one off, that one away from anything breakable. That one fouled off. McCates keeps it close, and that will be strike 2. So 0-2 count, nobody out. And that's a strike 3, swing and a miss, and that will be the first out. Charlie Hamilton 0 for 3 on the evening. Now, That will bring up Wyatt Minter, who is also 0 for 2, a strikeout and reaching on error. And looks like Coach Gipoff going to talk to his pitcher, and it looks like there's going to be a change in who's on the mound, as that's now 108 pitches for Massberg. And saw catcher Jacob Cates run into the dugout, and so I don't think it is unreasonable to think that maybe Jacob Cates could take over the pitching duties, perhaps. He has pitched previously, coincidentally through a complete game, and a pretty good pitcher in his own right. So if Cates is the one who was called upon to finish out this game, it does need to warm up, and we'll just take a short little break just to have just a short commercial break here. We'll be right back here in Fuller.
I chose the NCC CNA course because I just really liked the instructors and the entire NCC community, how welcoming everybody is, and I was able to take it in high school and get it done before I started college.
The new facility here at NCC has been great. You've got every tool you can think of. You're never struggling to find something. Just the facility as a whole has been awesome. It makes the learning a lot more interesting and a lot more hands-on, and it's just been great.
So some defensive switches for the Hawks. Now pitching, Jacob Cates. Now behind the plate is number 3, Hunter Daggett. We saw Hunter Daggett on the mound 2 nights ago, rather. And so Jacob Cates switching places in the battery, and Hunter Daggett also going to remain in the battery, but this time on the catching end. Aiden Esplund is swapped out of the game, as now playing right will be Masterbergen. So just to make it clear, Esplund out, Masterbergen shifted to right, Cates shifted to pitcher, and the new catcher is Hunter Daggett. Daggett will bat in Esplund's place in the 9 spot. As we're updating on those defensive switches. Another run scores, and this is now a 3-2 ball game. So it's 1-2 count. Cates has thrown just those 3 pitches, only 1 out, and it is Wyatt Minter at the plate. Minter fouls one off. Stays 1-2. Oh, full count now for Minter. That one, strikeout. So Cates gets into the ball game as a catcher and strikes out the first batter he sees. That one, a strike. So 2 down now. And that one fouled off. It's a foul ball. A little bit of confusion of what's going on. It's a foul ball, so dead ball. Runner at third cannot advance. And you have Sandbeck. Now at the plate, and he strikes out. So that will be the end of that, and the Hawks will get to take their 6th inning swings, and we will see if the Hawks can extend this lead or if we will go into the crucial 7th inning, remaining at a 3-2.
Probably the biggest thing that we do a little bit different than a lot of schools is the live work side of the world. So when we teach our students, we actually, if you look around the shop and see what they're working on, in most cases it's a customer car, and so they get real world application.
Our engineering design program is basically drawing components, manufacturing of the components, and then we get into the inspection of the components. So they got to create it, make it, and inspect it just as they would in industry.
And welcome back, everybody. It is the bottom of the 6th. The Hawks will get to bat here. The Hawks lead 3-2. And Ricky Smith will lead off the inning for the Hawks. He has reached twice, although no official at-bats. He has been hit by pitch 2 times. So he sends one. Will it stay fair? Will it stay fair? Oh, it's just foul. That one reached the outfield fence and a little bit more distance. And had it been fair, that would have been a gopher, and we would be looking at a 4-2 score. Ultimately, just a little bit short and foul. Ricky Smith will only get credit for a long strike. He takes a hack at it. Looked like he had it lined up, stopped, and then continued his swing there. I mean, choked him on the bat. That one outside, ball 1. Ricky Smith, rather, the first baseman. Like I said, only the 2 hit by pitches. That's how he's reached. Hasn't almost got hit by a pitch a 3rd time. I think getting hit twice in the same game might just slowly but surely start to build those rabbit-like reactions, and he certainly got out of the way of that one. He'll see another pitch. That one put in play, but third base and to first well in time. So it'll be a 5-3 ground out. That will then give the baton to Brody Mendering. Mendering has 2 strikeouts to his credit, and otherwise has not been successful in reaching base this evening. That first pitch, that one to second, and that will be a 4-3 ground out. So the 0-for-3 night for Brody Mendering continues, and that might just be his last at bat. And then now batting in place of Aiden Espeland, number 3, Hunter Daggett. So Daggett, who pitched in our last broadcast here on June 5th, now behind the plate, fouls one back, and it's 0-1. So 1-1. 2 outs, nobody on. And we'll see the next pitch. That one is a ball. 2-1. That one put in play. And Hunter Daggett in his first at bat reaches safely. And that will be the a 2-out base runner for the Hawks. Wyatt Minter was on his horse trying to get to it over there in right center field, but ultimately not able to quite get there in time. Then we're now turning over Blake Mendering at the plate now. Attempt to pick off to first, not in time. So Blake Mendering, who has a strikeout, a flyout, and a double with 2 RBI on that double, to his credit, will have a 2-out base runner. If he can get on base, the reins would then go to Jack Masterbergen. He puts that one in play, but foul. So 0-1 here for Blake Mendering. He'll step back into the batter's box. They'll see the delivery. That one skied. Stay in play. That play will be made. So a pop out to the catcher ends the inning for the Hawks, and we will go to the top of the 7th, where we will see if George Little Rock can keep the game going, or if Hartley-Melvin Sanborn will break their losing skid and get back into the winning column. We'll have that after these commercial messages.
Savings Bank of Primgar, Hartley, and Lake Park has been serving Northwest Iowa for over 125 years, providing personal, hardworking, and friendly service to its customers and community. Savings Bank of Hartley offers personal, ag and business banking, online and mobile banking solutions, along with many lending options. Savings Bank loan officers will sit down and do the hard work to ensure you get exactly what you need. Stop by and see what they can do for you, or visit them online at www.savingsbankia.com.
And welcome back. If you're just joining us, you have joined us at a prime time, as it is the top of the 7th. The HMS Hawks lead the George Little Rock Mustangs 3-2. And we will see if the Mustangs can extend the game, or the Hawks will get back into the winning column. Due up for the Mustangs is number 4, Micah Jumbeck, number 6, Kyle DeLue, and number 17, Colin DeLue. With the top of the order due up for the Mustangs, for the best chance that they're going to have to push across some runs. But at the same time, the Hawks, who have played pretty stellar defense these last few innings, only allowing 1 run, even though they got into a couple jams and have shut out the Mustangs for 4 innings previous to that. They're not going to give up easily. That first pitch by Cates almost gets away, but it's caught. It's ball 1. At the plate, Micah Jumbeck, a double, a fly out, and a hit by pitch. Next pitch is a strike, 1-1. That pitch outside, 2-1. The pitcher Cates, I think maybe feeling the pressure as if he can secure the game this inning. We'll get credit for a save. The win as of now would go to Jack Masterbergen. The loss to Cash Sandbolt. No play at first. And Micah Jumbeck starts off the inning in the way that he would hope, with a single. And Kyle DeLue will step into the plate for the third time. He has struck out twice and walked. So DeLue without a hit this evening is going to step up. He'll foul one back, hits a light up in the light tower. I think just hit off the edge and didn't actually crack the light bulb. That would not have been all that fun. But that went outside. Ball one. So it's a 1-1 count. If DeLue can reach base, that would then almost certainly guarantee that Spencer Sprock would get to take an at-bat. As I say that, it's a 6. It's like 4-6. It's a 4-6 out, which means DeLue will reach on a fielder's choice. So there's one out, runner on first. Colin DeLue now going to step into the batter's box. Colin DeLue, he struck out, reached on error, and got a single, and that single led to an RBI. We will see if anything further can transpire in this at-bat. Pitch fouled off. It's going to be an 0-2 count. That one fouled off. Stays 0-2. If DeLue can reach or just avoid the double play, that would then bring up Sprock for sure, and Jack Krull would be waiting to go. As I say that, Colin DeLue strikes out, and it now is crunch time as Spencer Sprock will get to take his fourth plate appearance, third at bat, as he struck out, walked, struck out. Swings and miss. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Strike one for Sprock. It's a runner on first. Next pitch outside. Doesn't get away from Daggett though. And it's 1-1. Okay, it's fires. That one gets away to the backstop. But it bounces off the backstop, and Daggett gets to it well in time. And Jumbeck will only, Kyle DeLue, rather, will only advance to second. Tying run 180 feet away. And for the Hawks, it's got to be go time. It's got to be go time for the Hawks to get that last out. If you're George Little Rock, you got some bats that can push across a run. That's all you need to keep the game going. Cates going to get the signs from Daggett. But it's not something like Cates fires. That one in the zone. 2-2. 2 outs. Runner on second. The Mustangs are down to their final strike. Cates going to step off. And he'll reset. Sprock back in the batter's box. Cates fires. High. Ball 3. Full count. This pitch might decide the game. Cates checks back to second. Fires. catches the zone, strike 3. And the Hawks have defeated the George Little Rock Mustangs. And the Hawks break an 8-game losing skid to improve to 2-9 overall and 1-4 in conference play for the Wingo Conference, while George Little Rock falls to 1-6, 1-5 in conference play. Wow, the Hawks, who played so well this entire game and did all of their scoring early on, hold on, get the win, and a great bounce back from how this week has gone. They were defeated 25-1 at Akron Westfield. They suffered a 13-0 defeat here at home on Wednesday, and they do not let that faze them. They strike back. And for better or for worse, the Hawks will now have a little bit of confidence going into these next few games, and certainly this could be a time when they can get a few more wins, especially going into playoff time. We appreciate you watching the game tonight, and we hope you'll join us on Monday with another baseball broadcast before a softball broadcast on the 11th. So until Monday, have a safe weekend, and thank you for watching.